Yeah, why not?
Brave, that's all I can say, you know?
Hey.
Good day, Mr. Chavez.
Hey, how you doing? You see the new legislation?
I did. The MDW is having it on the fritz today, though, just so you know.
Oh, I'm like that for like a minute now.
Fair enough. I wasn't out around earlier. But
I'm probably gonna give you a call a little bit later.
Okay, I should be around for a while today.
All right, easy. Take a look at that legislation. Let me know if there's any like holes in it or anything that we got to worry about.
Okay,
I don't think it is.
more.
It's pretty comprehensive, but yeah, I'm gonna give you a call. Send me a text real quick. Just
Will do.
I use the notification kind of like as a reminder, you know.
Understood. I'll send it your way.
Thank you. All right.
So what new legislation was put through yesterday? Is that the FOIA thing?
Yep.
Ah, okay.
It is 2 weeks of just utter. Frankly, the only thing I can think of is each and every member of the council, including Crane himself, needs to be replaced and they are detriment to the future of Los Santos.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
I
mean,
this piece of shit. I want to paint a picture for you that he had the fucking audacity to state to me that the entire reason I'm chasing down this FOIA thing was because of my ego. And then when I got annoyed by that, he thought it was like my ego being bruised and not the fact that I was looking at a man who spent the last 7 months apparently in a position where nobody wanted to communicate these problems to him, probably because he's a piece of shit. And he used like this fucking tactic that like dumb people use, you know, when they're afraid of like losing an argument, where they start asking you like for like very like detailed examples of shit, as if you can just like pump it out of your ass or something like that.
Yeah, no,
so fucking triggering. But regardless, shit got done, and you know, now it's I'll see if you know, PD holds to it. Sorry, I need to get that out.
No, yeah, mate. Trust me, I was in the council. I'm acutely aware of how painfully frustrating the entire process is.
Well, that's where I'm starting to have some second thoughts. Is that how? Like, okay, so I actually want to go and watch these meetings because after my experience with just one of them, right, I'm starting to wonder, like what were the meetings like this where just everyone's jerking themselves off and dying on stupid hills?
No, I mean, to be fair, I think the first council meeting was more like that. The first term, I mean. The second term, you had people like me, TJ, and Cantor, who all of our political ideologies did not match with that of Max.
Okay.
So there was a lot more heated argument and pushing back on stupid shit. But the problem is that in that room there's 8 people, and in order to go against Max, you would need 5 votes, because if he has 4, then he gets a second vote to split the tiebreaker.
Agreed.
So it's a way. I mean, I'll give credit to the guy. He played a phenomenal game of chess. You know what I mean? He made sure the right people were in that room, so that even with 3 people against him, he didn't have to worry about getting shit over the line. Realistically.
So let me ask you a direct question: is anyone that is on that console today even worth the time, or are they all useless?
I do not know the new treasurer at all. I cannot comment. Crane is a pain in the fucking ass, and I'll give you a great example of this.
No, trust me, I know enough about him.
You know about him. Okay, yeah. Anyway, he's a fucking pain in the fucking ass.
How is Siobhan in general, outside of your political differences?
I mean, I'm quite good at removing personal feelings from stuff. She is a psychotic megalomaniac on a power trip.
Okay.
And that's
Max?
without my personal feeling regarding it. Max, he could go either way. There would be some times where he would be the most reasonable person in the room. You know what I mean? Like straight up, like no bullshit. You know, there was a few times I came up with new legislation or an amendment to legislation. His first response, me and him didn't get on. His first response was, "Brilliant idea, let's do that." Right? So
Okay.
If it
What
was a
about
good
Cantor?
idea,
I know I got a lot to do today, so I'm just like hitting.
no, you're fine.
You know.
Cantor, her pride caused problems, but ultimately she was there to look after the doctors and the EMS, and that was kind of what she did.
Who else? What am I missing?
Murphy Braun, who's never done anything for lawyers
useless.
ever.
I hope he dies.
Yeah. So he's useless. Cornwood is self-serving and useless. Siobhan is useless. Everyone else there, everyone else there. You know, I mean, at times they were doing the right thing, and at times they weren't.
So what I'm hearing here is Cantor's the only one I should even consider as for someone to reach out on.
It's worth talking to her. Yes, I mean, like I said, she made mistakes, but it was because she made a mistake rather than she was just being stupid. You know.
Okay. What did you want to talk about? By the way, if I sound like very matter of fact, it's because I got a shitload of stuff to do. So
no, you're all good.
Sure,
so I've been told. I think this conversation confirms it. I've been told you are running for mayor.
Yes. My reservations are squarely over. I do not want to deal with Crane, and I want him removed. I think his behavior, his attitude yesterday is a underlining fact as to why he is. Anyone replacing him would be. I don't know what the fuck he does.
Well, I'll give you an example of shit that he does, which I disagree with vehemently.
Okay.
Is he would go away and he would change with no consultation with anyone the times and fines of a huge amount of crimes, and he only ever changed it to increase. It was never.
That's kind of where I'm squarely pointing at. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, you're
is he had the same attitude as Murphy, but with the ability to change things. Now, the thing is, what is my impression from yesterday was he didn't have an answer, or like, I have never found someone who can so astutely string sentences together, but equally be as unresponsive and fail at making arguments. Like, the guy is a judge. He couldn't hold a singular argument other than like appeal to like basic logical fallacies. Now, and I'm just gonna highlight it because it was a 3-hour event yesterday where I literally walked away with a migraine, which I haven't had for the longest time, because he would go on and on for like 30 minutes. Hey, you want to meet up somewhere?
Perfect. Where at?
Court Center.
I'll be right there.
All right, I'll be there in 3 minutes.
Okay.
Anytime I would challenge him on something, I started the entire conversation with, hey, look, I'm going to push. I want you to push back. And there was no, the only pushing back he did was say dumb shit like, I'm doing this for personal gain bullshit. Which I can only summarize as perhaps being projection by himself, right? Like, I can disappear tomorrow. I'm going to be fine. You know what I mean? I don't know if the same can be said about him. I cannot imagine he's taking on this role for any other reason than that. I don't think you'd take it on if you could. He underlined to me when, like, I'll give you some very specific things. Per the Constitution, it is the city council and the collective of the DOJ that makes legislation.
Yeah.
So how is he making this in front of me? When I asked him to explain it, he was unable to. When challenged on certain things like lawyers are having problems with FOIAs, why do you have a problem with even writing this document that we already agreed to, that you said you drafted, but you clearly didn't draft? He would say things like, give me an example of lawyers and what cases they weren't able to FOIA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
was a lawyer. I had to fight for basic FOIAs for basic cases.
But that's my point, is that literally Judge Angel mentioned in front of him examples, and now he's poking at me with it. And it's like, brother, you heard an example from him, heard from me, and you're leaning on, I don't want to hear generalizations, but you're asking for like ridiculous evidence that clearly cannot be produced ad hoc, right? Like I don't. It's almost like there's like a fucking puppeteer, or like some other like shadowy figure that he's you know, acting his emotion on. I haven't seen this guy for God knows how long, and he was very opinionated about where I was coming from and what my reasoning for things was. I wanted to shoot the man in the fucking face. I was so... Yep. That's the only thing that triggered me. Watching this individual who's supposed to be representing justice for the city, and the only thing that I could hear out of his mouth is, I'm lazy, people's rights don't matter, fuck them, I don't know why I'm doing this. So then why do it?
The whole
Step
fucking
the fuck down.
prison thing was his fucking idea.
Look, I understand that maybe he's gotten his like ass chapped over shit that he's done, but do not project your depression on me, motherfucker. Right? We're here to make things better, not to do a like pointless dick measuring contest. I don't know. Anyways, so yes, I do, but I equally do not see someone with that energy and that level of inaptitude being someone that would reasonably be someone I could reasonably work with. I think things need to be shored up. I still do not understand how the Constitution says one thing and then Crane can do whatever the fuck he wants. Because if he can come in and just make sweeping legislative changes, well, then put that in the fucking Constitution so everybody fucking knows. There shouldn't be some like backdoor hidden like fucking fine print that no one's got access to that dictates shit. People need to know why. Otherwise, I can't function. How does anyone in the console function? Let alone this attitude of like, well, because I know things should work a certain way, even though there's a bunch of napkin sentences that make up the legislation, well then, you know, that doesn't work for anybody. People need to know. Clearly there's problems. Anyway, Solomon, give me a call later, all right? I got to meet up with...
Yeah, well, hang on. I'm going to number anymore. What's your phone number? Real quick.
It's in the yellow pages. There you go.
Oh, is it? Oh, fuck. Okay, easy. No worries. Yeah, before you go, one last thing.
Yeah.
If at any point you want any help running or advice or anything like that, I'm yours, mate. I'm okay. You're the guy as far as I'm concerned. That's me.
All right, send me a text within a minute so I don't forget.